Yeah.
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 You a cartoon character?
What do you think? Is that what you think?
Yeah.
What's a cartoon character?
Oh, I don't know a specific one. It just sounds like a cartoon character.
Oh, no. Yeah. That's from the film The Sandlot.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in forever. Such a good movie.
Yeah. But it counts as an inanimate object if it's coming from a television. Because television's an inanimate. There you go. So if you're watching, that's my impression of, from The Sandlot, if The Sandlot's on in the background.
If you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. It's great.
If you haven't seen that movie, go watch. There's a lot of movies you should watch too. I feel
Why are you getting mad?
It's just someone who's like, I haven't seen The Sandlot. Have you not seen it?
I've seen it, but also there's a lot of movies, as we've discussed heavily on this podcast, that I have not seen.
Yeah, I guess that just feels like one everyone should have seen.
I agree, but there's younger generations now that probably haven't seen it.
Top 3 movies I feel like every person has seen is The Sandlot, The Shawshank Redemption.
Haven't seen it.
Wow, and Goodfellas.
Only saw it recently.
Yeah, so those are 3 movies that I feel like everyone who has parents that let them watch too much TV have seen.
Fair.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, this talking to you right now, who has parents that let him watch too much TV, is Mr. Sean Patton.
That's me.
And
What's
talking to you right now, who had parents that would only allow me to watch 1 hour of educational TV growing up, I'm Caitlin Cook.
By the way, all 3 of those films are educational. Okay.
All films are educational. My parents did not understand. Do they listen to this podcast? No, they don't understand podcasts.
The Sandlot would teach you how to play baseball. Okay. Goodfellas would teach you how to be in the mafia and sell drugs and hijack trucks.
Do you want that education?
And then The Shawshank Redemption would teach you about prison and how to escape it because you'd go there after hijacking trucks and selling guns. There you go.
Okay.
3 educational films.
All right. Well, you're listening to 5 Words, the podcast. It's sometimes educational, sometimes just fun, but basically the goal of our podcast. What am I talking about? Can you do this? Why
I feel like it's never educational, but always fun. Bam! Okay. That's our new tagline. Put it on a t-shirt. We ask our guest for 5 random words from a story. Based on those words and what we know about the guest, we then try and fill in what their story is. Our own version of Mad Libs, I guess you'd say. Mm-hmm. We try and tell them what we think the story is, and we always never nail it.
Yep.
We always never nail it.
We never always nail it.
They then tell us the real story. We then discuss, and boom.
Ba-boom.
That's a kaboom. That's the weight of the episode dropping into the episode bank, which is flush right now, baby.
Fair.
This week we got my homie, Caitlin's homegirl, your home slice. Mm-hmm. Just guy feels like home.
Yeah.
He feels like home. Dr. M.K. Paulsen.
Feels like home.
He's not really a doctor, but if you listen to this podcast, you know I like to throw that title around because he is surgical with his wit. He's a hilarious man. He has his own podcast. It's called
Roomates
for Life with Simon Gibson, who's also been on a guest on our podcast as well.
And we were on their podcast.
Yeah, and we were on theirs. Yeah, so but not because we weren't trading podcast spots.
No,
these were
friends.
all friends.
Yeah,
but he's hilarious and very. We didn't even get to some of his more interesting. We were so interested in what we were talking about. Mm-hmm. He used to be a senator's aide.
What?
In D.C.
I don't believe you.
We didn't even get to that.
Not believable.
It's 100% true. We didn't even get to that because we were so interested in everything else we were talking about.
On.
Yeah, but fantastic guest.
Yeah.
Give him a listen.
Yeah.
Episode 67, this is?
I
believe.
So.
Yeah, there you go.
And also, if you're in New York City, I always have my Wednesday show called Good God at the Sultan Room in Bushwick on the rooftop. Mask required, socially distanced show. And we've been selling out a lot, so get your tickets.
And if you are in New Jersey on Thursday, I'll be doing a show with Jackie Fabulous, with Will Sylvince, with Cypher Sounds.
Yeah,
it's outdoors. Yeah. It's safely distanced. Right now, I can't remember where it's at. I'm just going to be honest.
Look on their websites.
Yeah, but look on my Instagram page. It's on there right now. I don't feel like opening my computer. I don't feel like it. There,
All right.
being honest.
All right. Well, let's get to the episode because we've been real rambly. Real rambly.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
I've given up. This is.
Have you given up? Because it looks like you're doing a Prel commercial right now.
I don't know. I was at the beach on the weekend, so it's kind of just like, it's very like chill, nothing crazy going on. Oh God, sorry, Anyway, sorry. If
There it is. That was MK trying to show us his waistline.
It's getting bigger. I did put on a pre-quarantine pair of jeans, and I'm proud to report I'm the fattest man on earth.
Oh, good.
Wait, yeah, really?
Oh yeah, Daddy's put on some weight.
I feel like MK you're a very tall man.
I hide it well. I hide it behind this height.
It feels like you put on weight, but you just grow. Like it goes in your hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's the hair. I don't know. I put on some too, but I'm also like, no one should feel bad about that shit. Like we've all been trapped indoors and the only things we can do is eat and drink.
I feel that way, but then I'm also like, I feel like there's like 5% of the population that's getting fit in quarantine, and they make me feel so bad about myself.
Me too, because I think we all had those ambitions.
Yeah. It's a nice dream. I did decide this weekend at the beach. I'm like, I'm getting in. For once in my life, I'm not going to be fat.
Well, I'd also like to argue, like people say, we're all trapped inside, but like, the past few months in New York, you can get outside, you can take a walk. There's more social distance, friendship activity. I think the thing that no one accounted for is that we're all trapped inside of a fucking prison of being on our phones and looking up you know what I mean? Like no one accounted for like, oh no, we're all trapped inside of this like hell of news, of like media that's just conflicting and telling you 1 minute like, oh my God, everything's on fire, and not only coronavirus causes AIDS and cancer, by the way, and Trump is drinking the blood of the babies of that have been trapped in detention centers.
Canceling Ellen. I mean, how are we going to go on living?
And then the very next one's like BuzzFeed. These are 25 tweets by women that are hilarious. BuzzFeed, I fucking hate why that goddamn. Does anyone else see that like nonstop reoccurring thing in their newsfeed?
Yes. Some of my favorite hate comments that I've gotten recently are, go home, you BuzzFeed millennial, and tell somebody else what Hogwarts house you're a part of. Which is like, ooh, Gen Z, you got burns. What?
Well,
wait, Sean, I have a question for you before we kick things off. Is the door to the room you're in open?
No.
Oh, so you're just being louder than normal? Because I can hear, I'm worried there's an echo.
An echo. Oh, in the studios we're having, here at the 5 Word Studios. I don't, maybe I'm just being louder. Maybe I'm just shouting.
Maybe I'm being loud and I'm making you more loud. Should I?
No. I also realized the air conditioning's not on. I'm going to turn that on. I'll be right back. Okay.
Good. How have you been, Chandra?
It's been
I'm so jealous of y'all doing shows. I haven't done a show since that weekend.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
Well, I just did my first one last week. Sean's been doing more than me, but I'm finally able to bring to life the show that I produce.
Cool.
So weekly. But yeah, it's definitely a recent thing that shows are cropping up here.
Yeah.
And I hope that people don't lose their sense of caution.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's all. By the way, we're recording. We just launched right into it. We do all.
Okay, cool.
We do all the. We do all the intros later, but and hopefully we can edit this part out. I hope, right? I hope. Yeah. Caitlin's giving me a look like, bitch. I can edit this bitch out.
Hey, should we kick it off with some rapid fire questions?
Well, hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Yeah, shows are all outdoor. Like I got one after this. Like they're all outdoors. So it's like
Are you so you're still not getting more than like one spot every few days, right?
It was like one spot. It started as like one spot, and then a week went by, and then another spot was like once a week, and then it got to be a couple a week, and like now it might be one a night,
Nice.
but it's still, like I said, it's still outdoors. There's still like a level of like the one I did last night where it was like I can't tell if I'm doing well or not.
Right.
Because it's outdoors, there's loud air conditioning behind the building. You can see people kind of reacting, but it's not the same. Like I always worry that the first time I do a show indoors again, I might be so afraid of like if I get like one like modest laugh, like I'm like it's so loud. Why?
My eardrums.
Do you like, speaking of you with your hair? I had a dream once about a superpower that isn't a superpower at all, but it's that instead of gaining weight, you just grew more hair.
Oh.
Right?
Like
and then
so much if that was the case.
You would what?
I would eat so much if all it did was make my hair grow long.
Well, but here's the thing though. If it's like healthy weight, like muscle weight, it would just go into your head. But like if like unhealthy weight would be like your neck, and like places you didn't want hair.
I don't like this alternative universe.
Like so, but then again, like not neck, but just like so you could eat a bunch of shit, but you're gonna grow a bunch of back hair. You just got to be willing to hide the back hair.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not alternative universe. It's a superpower that does nothing.
I mean, it's kind of true though. I eat more, and it's just.
Yeah. I don't know. You look very Nordic right now.
Thank you. I feel like I should put a hat on. I like got my face is so red. Can you see it? I'm like, why am I wearing a pink shirt when my face is pink? But I was at the beach all weekend, and I went to San Diego. I have a friend that's quarantining by himself down there, and I was like, LA just sucks right now. It's just so it's so trapped, and like you have to have a car to get any. Like it feels like there's nowhere to go.
You went back to San Diego?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So last time I saw MK, everyone, was the last time I performed at a club touring at the San Diego Comedy Company, and it was the weekend it all went down.
Yeah.
March 12th through the 14th, 2020, and then by Monday it was like, oh shit, this is legit. You remember we were talking during the weekend where we're like, I mean, I don't know, it's only going to be 2 weeks, of course. Yeah. Like we're just locked down for like 2 weeks maybe.
And people were like, yeah, I think this is going to be months. And I remember being like, you're crazy. Shut up, crazy.
Yeah. It's been 4.
Yeah, I was definitely one of those people that was like, this is a month, if not the rest of the year thing. But also I was shutting up about it because like, what is that going to help? Like, that's only going to deteriorate people that are kind of hopeful, you know?
Wait, Caitlin, you thought it would be either a month or the rest of the year?
No, I thought it would be months to the rest of the year.
I seriously thought you just said like, this will either be a month or the rest of the year. And you know, with a revelation like that, you don't want to burden your fellow man.
That person that like, and you were like, this is how it's gonna go down. It's either gonna be like a very small amount or a huge amount, and you just everything was so vague that you're like, I was right the whole time. I said that.
Yes, I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah, they sound like they suck.
Yeah,
they're called the left. Boom. The far left. There are some great lefties and but not that many great righties. But I don't care. I've decided to not care about politics anymore.
Really?
I mean, yes, that doesn't mean I can't. What?
Did you know Herman Cain died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of COVID. I think I was just like at the beach all weekend, and I should say for anybody listening, I was socially distanced at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone knows if you social distance at a beach, a Republican who doesn't believe in Corona dies.
Right. Exactly. That's how Herman Cain bit the dust.
Every time an LGBTQ person socially distanced at a beach, a conservative pundit who doesn't believe in Corona or gay rights dies.
Yeah. I like completely missed it somehow, and then I feel like I'm surprised that hasn't been more high profile. Like,
I
because
am
it was
too.
at the Tulsa rally. Like,
Yeah. I mean, do you think that's part of it? Do you think part of it's like, hey, we're not going to publicize this at all? The news has got it already. So
I mean, you feel like the left would just be like eating it
Yeah.
up like
Trump
candy.
said something that was like, I don't think he got it at the Tulsa rally. That was his only statement on
Mm.
it.
I thought you were going to say Trump said, like, I don't think he's really dead.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me anymore.
Well, and then Trump was in the news about it because he did that. He did a tweet and he said, he was trying to say, I just got off the phone with his wife and whatever. But it made it 2 tweets and it was, I just got off, ...
Oh, no.
Ah.
People on the internet were getting wacky.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Wait, MK, we got some rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
Ready? All right, here we go. This one comes from Maggie in Rockford, Michigan. Maggie from Rockford, Michigan asks, if you got banned from the U.S. and had to live in a country where you did not speak the language, which country would that be?
Probably Germany.
Oh, yeah?
Or Denmark. I think Denmark.
Do you speak Dutch?
I don't speak any
Or
Danish.
Danish.
Amsterdam, yeah. No, I don't really speak any Danish, but I do speak some German. I lived in Germany for a little while. I feel like Denmark is just more, because it's smaller, they just got their shit in order. They can just like,
Yeah.
and I don't know, and it seems just everybody's so well organized and it's beautiful.
There does seem to be a very like a secret, like all of Scandinavia seems to be like, well, I don't know what you think we are doing differently, but you're like something, you're doing something.
Yeah.
Is it all the sardines? You know?
Spain would also maybe be a contender because I do speak Spanish and I lived in Spain when I was in high school.
You
So.
can't speak the language.
But you can't speak the language.
Oh, right. Yeah, probably Denmark.
Damn, dude. Copenhagen.
What about you,
Copenhagen.
Sean?
What's that?
What about you, Sean?
Fucking Argentina. No, not even a question. I'd be just a madman in Buenos Aires. Just
Have you been?
Have ever been?
Yeah.
No. South America is like a continent I've yet. Well, part of this. I'm on the continent, but part of this continent I've never been to.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Buenos Aires. Just be the loud American.
Let's go to Buenos Aires together.
Buenos Aires.
Let's all go on a trip,
dude.
I want to go so bad.
I'm down for a trip.
Because also
It's not a global pandemic. I'm down to take a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also snows down there. You know, people I think when people think South, if South is in the title, you think it's a shithole. But that's for South American states, or not South American, North American states with South. North American states with South in the title. Let me finish the sentence before you judge me. Jesus. North American states with South in the title, people generally like, those are shitty places, and they aren't. I'm saying South America, people assume it doesn't snow there. It does. You just got to go farther south, like Argentina. That's what I meant.
Okay.
I'm doing this do you know Arden Marine?
Yeah, actor, comedian. Yeah.
Yeah. She's amazing. And she has a Bachelor podcast, and I'm doing some extra content for her Patreon. And we're watching The Bachelor New Zealand, but they just went to Argentina for like half the season. And it makes me want to go to Buenos Aires so bad.
Yeah,
it looks so cool and so pretty and street art everywhere. It's, yeah.
I've always wanted to go there.
And you having been someone who's lived or been someone who's having, I don't know. Now you've got me in my head. I feel like I'm just like, I cannot speak today.
Can I clarify why I was confused? Is you seem to have a Trump moment where you're like shithole countries rather than I thought we were talking about weather and snow, and all of a sudden you were talking about it being shitty.
I don't think it's not shitty. Yes. Okay. You know what? Maybe I had a Trump moment where I got my words confayed, and I didn't know what I was going to say next. But guess what? I also don't want to be president, so it's okay.
Yeah, totally fine.
As someone who lived in Germany, MK, you would do great in Argentina because there is a lot of German influence there.
Yeah, specifically of the Nazi variety.
Sure. Well, I'm sure they don't consider. I'm sure they've gotten past. I'm sure they've let go of that.
Yeah, one would hope.
Yeah. Wait, Caitlin, where would you go?
I think Iceland
Ooh.
or the Netherlands. Yeah.
Okay. So y'all are going Nordic.
Well, part of it is that they speak English very well there, so it wouldn't have as much of a language barrier. But
I think they speak English everywhere. I was like when I was in China, I used to let people be like.
well, what I'm saying is I don't want to move to France because they would be rude about having to speak English to me all the time.
Thailand would be a fun option. Although
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to live there forever.
Yeah, I love traveling in Southeast Asia, but I don't know if it's my.
I've never been to South America. I've never even been to Denmark, and yet I'm saying I want to live there.
Yeah, there you go. Same here.
I
Never
don't
been
know
to
why.
Argentina.
It just seems nice to me.
Caitlin, I think you'd fit in France because you're from California, and California people, like how how French people are rude. California people are also just like, I don't know what that means. They're just very.
The French are not robotic, though.
You admit it. Ha! You admitted it.
Yes, I admit that California people sometimes act the way that you think that they do.
I think that Californians act like robots sometimes because they're grown up in this like emotionally neutral culture and just be nice and friendly all the time. So they're just, instead of just like having like emotional outbursts, which to them is like bordering on crime, they just communicate in very like, oh God, that's so awful. Oh wow, you're right. Oh my God, that is literally the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And whatever the emotion is, they're keeping it down here and not really letting it come out or affect them or deal with it like humans are supposed to. So they all become these twisted, warped like.
Yeah. Well, my theory is also everybody's just high on edibles all the time.
Yes.
And
That too.
sometimes it's just like, yeah, whatever, but it's really like people are just kind of like they're like stoned out, or I don't know, like chilled out of their minds. They're like, I don't know, nothing matters.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think all Californians are like this, but I think there's a large majority of people raised in California who are just saying what everyone will agree with. They don't want anyone to think that they're crazy. They don't want anyone to think that they're having a breakdown or an emotional episode. So they just say the proper thing at all times, which is the sort of activity that leads to suppressed emotion, thus mental breakdowns and crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nothing like the French.
Best example of this is Taya Leone's performance in Spanglish with Adam Sandler. I don't know. Every time I think of California and having a breakdown, I just have this image of Taya Leone just going through the ringer.
That almost sounds like a verb. Like, are you going to Taya Leone this?
I've always wanted to do a drag. I've always wanted to. I have a running list of drag queen names that I think would be funny drag queen names. And one of my top ones is Taya Leone, but do Tortilla Leone, and you have like a dress made out of tortillas.
I love it. That's perfect. Please do that.
Yeah. I don't know if I could pull it off. I feel like that needs to go to somebody of Hispanic descent or something like that.
True. But I feel like there's many pun names you could do with Taya Leone's name.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. That's
yeah, the Taya Leone. That totally sounds like a drag queen verb.
Yeah.
We got a noun even. A Taya Leone just walked in. Like, oh, she's gonna flip out no matter what happens, no matter what the situation. Wait, Caitlin, do you have a random question?
Yes, I do. Bo from Scottsdale, Arizona wants to know, what kind of punch are you?
Punch. Okay, so I would be, this is oddly specific, but when I was growing up, my mom, she would always talk about her wedding and her and my dad's wedding. And they always had this really gross punch, and she would make it every year for the anniversary. I think they even got a punch bowl as like a wedding gift. And so they'd always put out this punch bowl, and my mom would remake this punch. But it's literally like grape juice, 7-Up, and it's like one of those freezer tubes of concealed lemonade or something, and you just dump it in there. And
frozen type 2 diabetes.
It ended up being like this bluish purplish color because it matched my mom's colors. And I think I would be that punch because it's my parents' wedding punch and they made me and I inherited it.
I love it.
What kind of punch would you be, Caitlin?
Well, I feel like you can interpret this question two ways. So part of me wants to go with like, an uppercut, that kind of punch.
Right.
I actually think I would want to be like a spiked punch bowl at a prom because like makes memories happen. Your first like teenage being dangerous kind of shit.
Did I completely misread this question and it's supposed to be like a fist?
I don't know.
I just went like, oh my God, I'd be a wedding.
No, because I was like,
yeah. I heard the punch and my first thought was,
no, this could go one or two ways, and I liked the direction that you went in it because I was torn between the two, and I prefer the nonviolent angle.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It feels like one of those questions that's meant to do that. That's meant to just straight up like, what do you think it is? And then you say it's like tells me everything I need to know about you. I know MK his personality is a sugary, like bad for you, but not really. Like you should have some,
Silly, kind of in the family,
Yeah.
definitely kind of gay.
Yeah, and just like a fun all around. Everybody's gonna try it, and at every party, everybody's gonna be like, well, where's the MK though? Yeah. Oh, I'm just curious where the MK is, and then they go over and you catch everybody sipping from it. Whereas Caitlin is a violent aggressor.
No,
who just wants to harm.
I want to be a prom bowl punch. I don't want to be an uppercut.
Oh, you want to be a what kind of punch?
A prom bowl.
Bowl.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, I get it.
Prom bowl punch. I don't know. Now I've done a Trump where words don't make any sense anymore.
There you go.
I want to be a spiked punch bowl at a prom.
Oh, so you want to contribute to
No, I don't. No.
So you want people to get fucked up and things to happen to them against their will.
I want teenagers to make memories. That's what I want.
You want teenagers to make memories that they're going to then forget because they drink too much spiked punch.
I mean, probably some of those memories are, vomiting on the ground and whatever, but.
Those are memories. Every teenager needs to have that memory. Just,
Well, what punch would you be, Sean?
A line. Boom! Punch line.
I hate it.
That's a theme song to my talk show.
All right.
I need a musical number after a bad joke anytime. It's like
It works every time.
That's a good. Yours is way better than mine. Wait,
Summer's rodeo shot. I'll be honest. Sometimes I'll get out a top hat and a cane and do a whole dance number too.
Sometimes. By sometimes you mean Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays?
And then the airplane went down.
That's when I asked you to do the podcast. I was like, "Can you fit it in between top hatting?"
Yeah.
between.
It's a tight schedule this week on all those Zoom shows I'm doing. So.
You figured California with all its open fucking air.
What happened?
I have a question for you guys. Have you all done many Zoom shows?
A ton.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Zoom shows is I personally feel like you can get away with prop comedy more than you can in real life, saying things like, oh, look, I'm always performing for my favorite fans. Those of you listening, I just held up a box fan in my bedroom.
Love that.
I keep doing like, oh, I'm just reading my Bible, and I open up the UCB comedy manual.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna stand for this one.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's surprising how many more prop things. I think it's because everything's just close by. You can really lean into it.
Or like things that like
those, you can just mango out of here.
Oh shit!
Right?
I'm laughing so hard, I'm thirsty. Wow, are you drinking a 2 liter of seltzer water, Caitlin?
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck.
Comedy is a lot like her drink. Am I right? Very dry. Da, 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 da.
All right,
Oh.
with another last rapid fire question.
Okay, Mom.
Sorry, I feel like I keep expanding and these aren't very rapid fire.
I don't know why I called them that. I like that they sometimes lead to discussion and sometimes they're quickies. Who cares?
Perfect.
Okay, here we go. Would you rather be a fart or a belch? That's come from Karen in Colorado Springs. Yeah, Karen, thanks. Would you rather be a fart or a belch?
I think a fart because, well, I don't know. I guess burps can be funny, but I think farts are inherently funnier. And have you ever been talking to somebody with really bad breath? Like it
Yeah.
is, and I feel like a burp is an or that you just pounded some Canada Dry like Caitlin did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But someone who has really bad breath and then burps is the worst person.
It is gross.
Yeah.
Especially like if they've been drinking and smoking, or maybe there's weed in there and they're just like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think I'd be a fart because they're kind of funny to me
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and to most people.
Caitlin?
Sean.
I think, do I even need to answer this? Yeah.
You'd be a fart for sure.
Yeah. Because farts are memorable. You remember farts. Nobody remembers that crazy burp at the gas station. No one remembers the time you burped in line at the pharmacy. No one remembers, that burp at that fucking wake. What you remember is that fart.
But I do love that a burp in like conversation, if you burp, it's really indicative that you just don't care about anything going on right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I'd be a burp. And I don't know if that's because society has made it so that women feel embarrassed by farts, even though I think they're hilarious. Or I just like that you can do the alphabet and you can time them in a really great way. I think they're funny.
That's fun.
Yeah.
You're right. You could, if you can learn, you can never learn to do the alphabet in a fart. If you could fart the alphabet.
But if you could, you'd be a millionaire.
If you can fart the alphabet, somebody call Hollywood because we got a star on our hands.
Yes. If you could fart the alphabet, you're a millionaire. If you could burp the alphabet, you still need a day job.
Yeah, you're still in management.
Yeah. If you could fart the alphabet, you are branding yourself and writing your own fucking checks. You know what I'm saying?
Get this guy a pilot.
You're entertaining the troops. You're entertaining. You're going to prom. You know?
So many women want to sleep with you. So many men want to be you. I don't know why I'm assuming this is a man, but I am.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're on Carson. They're bringing back Carson.
Yeah.
They're just gonna do a hologram of Johnny Carson and just you. You're the new Ed sidekick, and you don't answer anything in words. You just rip them. Oh man, anyway. So there you go. Farts inspire the imagination. Those are 3 rando questions with MK Paulsen.
It's me.
Paulsen. I feel like Paulsen. This is when you move to Denmark and you're on Texas song. MK Paulsen.
It's weird because you've got like this light shining on you, Sean, in this way that like makes you look like you're a DJ at the moment or something. You're like,
Paulsen. I never realized I never realized just how throbbing your name is.
MK Paulsen. Is it? I guess Paulsen.
Wait,
yeah,
so
it's Paulsen, right?
Yeah, Paulsen.
Yeah.
all right, so
Caitlin, the voice of reason.
oh yeah, welcome to the podcast.
I am from California, and this is apparently Sean's indicator from everyone from California.
Not everyone, only 2 million of the people. The other 3 million are great. You're one of the 3 million. I think you're great.
I also got to say, your Instagram music videos every day makes me smile, and I listen to them. I will say I'm on Instagram way more than I should be, but I'm listening to a lot of them, and they're great.
I appreciate that. They have been fun to create during quarantine, and I feel like you were talking about Zoom shows with prop comedy. It's like stand-up doesn't work without a real live audience, really.
Right.
And so, like, it's been nice that I can create something every day. But it means like the Zoom shows, like the best ones I've seen is someone just like almost taking you on a tour of their house, but in a funny way, or like bringing their mom or their dog into it. Like, yeah, it just doesn't function in the same way. Right. So I'm doing what I can.
I mean, yeah, it is very admirable that you like have done them daily.
And they're so well produced, and you have such a pretty voice too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been an interesting time, just with like various platforms and a lot of hate comments, and then I don't know, whatever.
Do you want to talk about the hate comments?
Sure. Who's gonna watch this? Who gives a shit, right? We're already 30 minutes in? I don't know. But yeah.
Wait. Why are you shitting on our podcast? You want another hate?
No, I mean my viewers are not gonna watch for 30 minutes to get to this point. Go ahead. Spill the beans. So yeah, so I wrote, one of my songs was about how white babies are the ugliest babies. And every comic that I've said this to has laughed. Because
it's a funny stance to take.
True, I stand by it. And I thought it was pretty obvious. I specifically meant that newborn babies are very squashy and potato-like, and that white newborn babies just are more translucent and blue or purple and ugly. And I included my own ugly white baby picture in the video because I'm never going to shit on a group that I'm not a part of myself. And I was like, who is this going to offend? People will understand that this is a joke. But then you forget that the internet takes a lot of things out of context. So for like 4 days, the song was doing pretty well. It got the reaction I expected. People laughed. Some people said, what are you talking about? All babies are beautiful. And then some people said, what are you talking about?
They're the actual criminals. Like, they're the ones that are.
Yeah. So many all babies matter comments on all my shit. But then also some people are like, what are you talking about? All babies are ugly. Abolish all babies. They do nothing but cry. No babies 2020. And I was like, okay, you get the joke and you're tagging it or whatever. And then like someone put it on 4chan or white supremacist Twitter like 4 days later, and I woke up to all these hate comments of like calling me a kike a lot of times and being very like anti-Jewish, and I just got sort of barraged with hate for many weeks. And I still sometimes make the video private because I'm like, I'm busy right now and I don't feel like when I pick up my phone again, a bunch of death threats. But yeah, they went after my mom. They went after some of my younger followers. It was like pretty gross. But yeah, now it's finally died down. And I was like ready with my response video of like all the screenshots of the death threats and then singing the song again, but being like, you're the ugly white babies. Cause you misinterpreted the joke. You didn't understand and you're proving my point. But then I was like, you know what? I don't want to antagonize them again. So I finally just released a song 2 days ago called Be More Creative with Your Hate Comments. And I felt like I said my piece. And now it's over, hopefully.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How did they go after your mom?
My mom comments on all of my Instagram videos for the most part. And she had commented on that white babies video, yeah, you were an ugly baby, but I was a cute mom. Which I loved. But yeah, then they sent her like really ugly stuff on her Instagram because she had to make her Instagram private and shit.
But it was just like Instagram. Was it just like mess? Like it wasn't anything in the real world. It was just like online hate.
Nothing in the real world, but it was like all of my platforms. Like I don't really use Twitter. I don't really like have that much traction on YouTube. A little bit on TikTok, and then all over my Instagram. Yeah, pretty gross.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was all just people who wanted to hate too. You read a lot of the shit. It was like, oh, you didn't even watch the video. You just want to spout your anti-Semitism.
If you watch the sentence where I sing white babies are the ugliest babies, I guess, yeah, you took that out of context. I still think that's very obviously a joke, but fine, whatever.
It was thousands of people just wanted to be like, you, and just anti-Semitism. You, anti-Semitism. It was just like blasts of anti-Semitic shit, and just like a lot. It was like you could tell. An honest estimate of 88% of the people who commented hateful shit did not watch the video at all.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had fucking dweebs, like just fucking losers trying to like take her down for being a woman or for trying like or for like.
The most common comment that I still sometimes get on the video is, "Who's gonna tell her?" Or you're white, or like you were, and I'm like, yeah, I included my own pic. It's just people are really dumb. So I don't know. I will say that when I started asking, I posted on like a couple of the like private female comedians groups and talked to some other like Jewish comedians as well. And everybody I talked to who's gone through something like this was like, okay, that's your badge of honor. Like it happens to all of us when you start getting any kind of success. So congratulations. I don't know.
Ugh. Makes me not want to be on the internet.
Yeah.
Makes me want to go live in the country and not talk to anybody in the world. Besides you guys.
sometimes the internet is real good at doing that.
Have you ever gotten anything like that?
No, not really. I got like some awkward stuff. I had a video on the Laugh Factory the Laugh Factory, I put it up, and those comments, like I don't want to read them right now, but they more just like, this guy's great for his first time.
Oh no.
Like, I've been doing comedy for 9 years.
Oh no. Yeah.
That is, dude. There's fuckers out there that just want. There are people out there who are so goddamn miserable and so fucking weak themselves that they just want to hate. They're projecting what they feel daily from the world on the people who try it all. And there are people, and I know I've gotten motherfuckers who, when I will try and like converse with someone giving me hate, will then give me shit for caring about what they think.
Mm.
Like they want you to be, they don't want you to fucking make it human. They don't want you to approach them and be like, why are you being such a fucking asshole? They want you to just put out what you put out so that they can hate on it. And that's like, to them, that's like the system. It's like, you put your heart and soul into something so I can put shitty, dumb, hacky fucking sentences of hatred in comments below it. And that's how I get off. That's what I do. How dare you try to connect with me and see if I'm okay. I'm not that I'm actually doing that. I'm not going to take that high road and be like, I'm reaching out to see if they're okay. I'm usually just firing back and being like, what's your fucking problem, man? And that's true. But like, they don't want you to connect with them. They want, they don't want to be reminded that they're people too in this situation. They don't feel like you're a person. They don't want to be reminded that you're a person. They just want something to aim hatred at, and it's fuck them.
Yeah.
You know? But also it's sad, but that's what the internet allows.
That's like kind of the emotions that I went through. It was like, I was angry that they went after like my mom and my younger followers. I thought it was hilarious that anyone would get this upset over a dumb song that I wrote, like so funny and out of proportion. And then also I just felt sad for them. Like, who spends their fucking life and their day writing this shit? Like,
a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's fucking sad. I feel so bad.
I mean, it is like funny, and it would like almost be funny if it was like not a real threat to our world, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like now that I think I did have, one time I did these like, my friend Ella and we did these pictures of us. It was like a newborn baby photo shoot, but instead of a baby, we used a Chipotle burrito. And they went pretty viral on the internet, and they got picked up by Vogue. But some like right-wing, like libertarian, and so we like never made money on it. Of course, like Fuck Jerry picked it up, and like it was everywhere. And so it's like this now evasive meme that still pops up. But like libertarians took it, and instead of like the burrito, they took it out, and we were holding like a picture of roads. And it was like what people that believe in government do when you say take away their roads. It's just like bizarre. And I was like, how is this getting, it is funny. I'm like, how does this get co-opted by libertarians to like forward their message? It's bizarre.
Because that's all there's an entire subculture of fucking people, and that's what they do. They sit on the internet all day and look for shit to hijack.
Have you had stuff like that, Sean, or not really?
I have never had anything at that level. I've never had anything.
It's got to be awful for women and people.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the thing is like when I wrote on the like private female comedians groups, like, so I was like, I know this has happened to other people before. Like, am I missing any steps of like what I should be doing? So many people were like, yes, here's like, make sure your information is protected and like, don't respond to any of them, but also keep the video up because you're going to get more views and like, yeah.
Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah. Also, yeah, there's just to remind you of how fucking fickle the internet is, where it's like, yeah, protect your family, protect your life, protect your information, keep the video up. You want those views. Just, put your armor on, deal with these hate comments, people calling you, fucking awful shit for the next 5 days, because that's going to be viewers, baby. Anyway, let's move on to the story, if it's okay. Because, don't be sorry. Why are you sorry?
Don't ever be sorry.
Nothing to be sorry for.
You're perfect in every way.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, MK sent yes, indeed you are. I feel like this is looking like I'm trying to like shut you down from talking about this. Caitlin, do you want to say
Oh,
more?
no, I apologize because I felt like I took us down a rabbit hole of my own drama. That's all.
Yeah, but I asked. Yeah, it's totally. It's a fucking.
It's fine. It's fine.
I love you, Caitlin.
I love you.
I didn't think it was a rabbit hole.
Yeah, no one thinks. I don't think it was a rabbit hole. I feel like you guys.
I agree that Sean's being a dick about that.
I know. I feel like now I'm the asshole. It's like I guess I'm the shithead because I want to.
No, we should get to what this podcast is about. Our story and our guest.
I'm a fucking jerk. Sorry.
My dumb story is going to be so ungratifying.
No, I'm excited.
Well, you did one of the rare things on this story, or on this podcast, where you sent us 5 words in the form of a sentence.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, which is.
I feel like it's already a story. Like it's a sentence that is a story.
Well, the 5 words are barn burning with Lubena Blondina, right?
Yeah.
Now this is. Caitlin, you want to take this one or should I?
I did the last one, so you should take this one.
Okay.
But you are in the company. I was going to say you are in the company of David Cross, who submitted one full sentence.
Oh.
Rather than 5 words. So.
Great minds think alike.
There you go. Yeah.
I hit my head on the wall as I flip my hair. I did want to say I was worried because Sean, I've like worked with you some. And I hope you don't have too much background of my life for you to know.
Well, this one is this. That's what I'm saying. When you sent me this, I'm like, he doesn't remember telling me this story clearly. But this was okay. So I'm gonna just get it out there. So what you don't know about MK is before he was a comedian, he was a fixer in DC. This is a fact. in the DC political scene, MK Paulsen was and his name's not actually. I mean, it is MK is his initials. His name is Michael Keaton Paulsen. But when he moved to Washington, D.C., he's like, hey, D.C. took some inspiration, changed his name to abbreviate to MK. So in politics, there's what's known as barn burning, right? Which is when it's a metaphor, but it's when you go into a political conversation, find out what, everybody's raving about that week, and then just set fire to it, metaphorically. Get in there and just start some shit, talk some trash, get other people talking shit, spreading rumors, and all of a sudden it's a full-on 5-alarm barn fire, they'll call it, right? Meaning, and MK, that was MK's specialty, was getting into these conversations and just, MK alone is responsible for education not being reformed. But that was a different view. That was when you
single-handed.
Right. And you knew it was only a matter of time before people picked up on what you did. So you realized, hey, I got to create, an alter ego here, right? So instead of just walking into a conversation and being like, you guys are all about, I know the military budget. Well, I think, instead of saying I think, you would say, I heard from Lubena Blondina that the military budget is actually going to be doubled this year.
How did I come up with that name, Sean?
Well, that is based off of your love of going to see drag, and you realize that people love going to drag because it's such the power, the performances, and the outfits, and it's just such a impactful thing to witness that you're like, you know what else is impactful about these? The names. So you started using what would be your drag queen name, Lublena Blondina, as your source for all of this information in DC. And you started some serious barn fires there, right? And then you realized, hey, if I'm so good at spreading anything, it should be laughter. And you got out of that. You got out of that DC political
that
machine.
day, I had the realization that I said, I'm going to be spreading laughter, not fires.
Right. But not, you left a couple barn fires still burning, and Hollywood. I mean, not Hollywood. It's the Hollywood of the East. DC.
Yeah,
they're still dealing with it. But that's I think your story. It's how you went around spreading misinformation that you got from Lublena Blondina, who you told everyone was a Peruvian ambassador in DC.
So in this story, I'm pretty much just any kind of power hungry, willing to stir the pot over anything. No political no moral backbone.
Yes, DC, the whole thing.
Yeah. And the second I had the opportunity to fess up to it, I blamed it on my drag first.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Blondina made me do it.
Exactly. I'm writing season 4 of House of Cards right now.
Perfect.
What's the real story, though?
Well, the real story is you're almost spot on. A few minor tweaks. Before I was in Washington, D.C., I grew up in Texas in a small rural community, and my grandparents lived even farther out, and I spent a lot of time with like extended family members, and I had a great aunt named Lublena Blondina, real person.
Oh, shit.
I loved her. She's one of my favorite people that ever lived. And I would spend a lot of weekends with her and her sister, my other great aunt Dora. And we'd play dominoes all day. We would drink ginger ale and raspberries. We'd pick blackberries. It was a lot of fun. And it's very much like I don't know if you ever read like Truman Capote's Christmas, what is it, a Christmas story, like the kid that has the older family, anyway. Very idealized childhood type thing, but I was really into fireworks, and one summer I had some fireworks and I went out and I shot some with Lublena Blondina, and I burned down a barn with a Roman candle. And
oh no.
Oh wow. Every kid's fucking dream.
Every kid's dream. Burned down a whole barn. And my dad, he was down the road with my grandparents, like 10 miles away, but he didn't have a car for some reason, so he had to come over on the tractor. So like the barn's just burning and he's going like 15 miles an hour on a tractor trying to get there as fast as he could. And it took the barn was gone by the time the fire department got there. I mean, it made the local paper that I burned the barn down.
They also had to come on. Did they also have to come on tractors?
They did. We don't have stuff on a tractor. Much faster than coming on a cow or a lawnmower. Those are the other options.
Yeah.
So burned it straight down, and I remember there was a lot of good hay in there for the cows. And burned down a lot of that hay.
No.
And so kind of I think they had to spend some money, buy some new hay, but overall it ended up being okay. The barn was old and it needed to come down anyway, so they tell me.
Was there a moment when you realized, like, oh, that one just started a fire?
We were close to a tank, but Aunt Bean was already pretty old at that point, and like I must have been like 8 or 9 or something, and like probably like I couldn't really, maybe a little older than that, but I couldn't I was trying to get it started small, right? But I tried to get water from the tank in a bucket and put it out, and then after about 5 minutes, I was like, oh, it's gone.
You know what's funny about this is I know you said 8 or 9. I still imagine a 6'3" version of you.
Just a lumbering lumbering figure.
It's like, oh no! Wait, because what are you, 6'3"?
I'm 6'5". I'm pretty tall.
6'5". So I imagine it's 6'5". So you're only 2 inches shorter when you're 8.
One of the things that was funny about it, Aunt Bean was a joker, and she always, I think I outgrew her at one point when I was probably like 10, or she's like 5'7", and she always called me Shorty. So even by the time I was like a teenager, she kept calling me Shorty.
That's cute.
And it's so sweet. I miss her so much.
You gotta love those like good Southern names like Lubina.
Lubina Blondina Rumley. That was her name.
Oh, such a good name. That like needs to be a character in something.
I don't think they'll ever. I mean, I should actually make it a drag persona. I don't think they'll ever do names like that again.
I mean, they will. You just it'll just be 3 generations from now, you know, because now all the kids are being named like, you know, Markovius and that, maybe not that cool yet. But
all names come back around, I feel like.
But there's like that oddly specific, like early 1900s, like that's just like it was. Even for that time period, it was so awkward, weird that like I don't think people would ever do a Lubina again.
Babalu. It's like that's a name. Yeah, Babalu. Lubina. Blondina.
Lubina Blondina.
Let's not forget that Blondina was her middle name.
I should say, apparently my great grandmother named her after one of her friends. So there's another Lubina Blondina out there that preceded my great aunt.
If you are related to the other Lubina Blondina,
if your name is Lubina Blondina, please reach out.
Yeah, reach out. Let me know.
Email
I'm
us.
working on a short story about me and my aunt.
We got to know more about Lubina Blondina Rumley.
Lubina Blondina Rumley, but yeah, her maiden name is Lubina Blondina Wendy.
Oh, Jesus.
Isn't that crazy?
Wendy to Rumley?
Yeah, Wendy to Rumley.
She should have hyphenated. Lubina Blondina Wendy Rumley.
That would have been great.
It's like
her last name was the most normal sounding name, Wendy.
Just drive her to Nashville and get a record contract, because that is a superstar. Lubina Blondina Rumley.
Put some pearls and some big hair on that gal, and you got a super singer.
Yeah. If you get her one of them cigarettes with a long stem at the end, one of them suckers with some gloves, I mean, yeah, dude, that's.
Did she have really big Southern hair that was like closer to God?
So she's very much like a kindred spirit to me because she did grow up on the farm, but she left. She left Texas and moved to California. So she was like the kind of the black sheep California girl of the family. And it seems like such a, you know, she's like living the West Coast life in the like 60s and 50s and stuff. But then I realized she didn't move. She moved to Bakersfield. Like she lived in Bakersfield, not on like the beach.
Hilarious.
And if anything, I think she was more like a Las Vegas, Reno kind of gal.
Yeah.
MK, are you just running your drag persona on us? Are you Lubina Blondina? Did I get it right that you're just like telling us about this person?
I should.
Who doesn't exist, so when they suddenly appear.
Professionally, Lubina Blondina will be my name.
Yeah, when they just appear, it's like, oh, we know all about her. She came from Texas. She lived in Bakersfield for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're just putting this out there for when it appears. We all know who she is.
Yeah.
Well played.
Maybe I am.
Wait,
thank you.
So where can we find you in the socials?
You can find me at MK Paulsen, that's Paulscn, on Twitter and Instagram. Also check out my podcast, Roomates for Life, which you guys did not too long
we have done
ago.
it. Yeah.
And yeah, check those out.
With your fellow non-gay partner Simon Gibson. Yeah.
Yeah, and go if you made it this far in the podcast and you're a hate commenter, I'm very impressed. Don't hate comment MK. But if you've made it this far in the podcast and you're a non-commenter or non-hate commenter, go leave some nice comments on MK shit. That's your homework assignment.
Do it for Caitlin's too.
Yeah.
Do
not do it for mine. No comments. I want no comments because I I will go down a rabbit hole of either way.
Yeah,
But
we don't need Sean's ego getting any bigger. You know, he gets a lot of compliments already.
We don't need my ego nor my dark ego, my alter ego. What's it? Yeah. Because but either way,
Wario Sean, the Wario.
I go down. I got tickets. I got keys to both rabbit holes, baby. All right, MK. To our listeners, MK is one of my favorite people to hang out with and watch live, and you should see all of his. You should see it all. Absorb Dr. Paulsen's medicine. It will make you healthier.
Yay!
In your heart.
I put my hands over my mouth like I'm an evil doctor.
Or a bashful doctor. Shut up.
I'm shy, y'all. Stop it. I gotta go burn down a barn.
I
gotta go commit arson.
Yeah,
that's why I'm here. Yeah, perfect drag queen background. Yeah. I had to flee Texas after committing arson. With my music, I burned the barn down with this voice.
I didn't even mention it. Ambien drove a 1982 Cadillac Eldorado that I then inherited as my first car.
Damn.
She did have some big hair too, but I think that was every woman of that era, and it was great.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
Sean, I'm really surprised when you said my music. You didn't do a da 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 da.
Nah, I'm not. I was.
Your joke.
No, because I'm waiting for a worse line.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll come up with one. My music. Wee.
Think of hacky things you want to do when stand-up returns. Like,
God.
I have so many. Just like I want to grab the microphone cord and eat it like a corn cob. And be like, blah, 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 blah.
But if you do that, you got to do like 2 rounds, and then in the middle of the third one, go.
I'm gonna be shitting cord for days. Am I right?
That's good.
And then just go. Oh, I think I'm shitting cord now, and then just pull out a corn CD.
No.
All right, go see MK so he could do his. So when it returns. So he could do his corner of the cob microphone cord trick.
And it's going to be on the Laugh Factory website, and this time people are going to get it.
Boom.
They'll be like, this guy really has his chops. Got the chops.
and
the corn cobs.
And the chops, and then you just said,
all right.
All right.
Like we have to go out on a da-da-da-da-da-da. Bye.
Later. All right, I'm going to end it right there. That's perfect.
If we're all having the uncomfortable conversations, if we're all acknowledging our privileges and biases, I'll admit I'm still racist a little bit, and it's not even implicit, 'cause I'll still say it. I think white babies are the ugliest babies. Yeah, I said what I said. Why do they almost always look like deformed potatoes? Why? They look like Voldemort, crossed with a Shih Tzu, crossed with a 13th century depiction of white baby Jesus, which is historically inaccurate because Jesus was not white, but also is kind of helpful because at least now we kind of know what 13th century white babies looked like. Regardless. White babies are the ugliest babies. Prove me wrong. Or prove me right. DM me a picture of a baby. DM me a picture of you as a baby. Let's light our ovaries on fire. I'll start. Here's me as a baby.